beautiful afternoon. The 2019 Little League World Series here in Williamsport. It's our first elimination day starting now.
The Little League World Series is the best.
1, 2, 3.
Venezuela scores to take a 2-1 lead.
Oh, and Pfeffer snares it. Our first Little League World Series web gem. How did Matthew Escalera make that play?
Wow, this place is definitely the Disneyland for baseball.
Welcome here to Volunteer Stadium as we start day 3 of the 2019 Little League World Series here in Williamsport. It is a beautiful afternoon, and our first elimination game comes on the international side. The kids from Australia taking on the team from Venezuela. The Little League World Series, of course, part of Little League International. This tournament, 16 teams participate. It's a modified double elimination format. Kids are between ages 10 and 12. We play 6-inning games on field size 2/3 conventional, and the minimum mandatory play rules mean every kid gets into every game. What a day we had. We had 7 games yesterday and just some terrific Little League baseball.
After just a miserable Thursday, we're playing baseball. How about a no-hitter for Virginia to start this Little League World Series?
A great pitching performance from young Santiago Leja.
First pitch rips it. Oh!
Great catch!
Oh! That's another one! A little blooper. Diving catch. What a play. They got a double play at second base.
Maddie is the first girl to play in the Little League World Series since Monet Davis.
And that one is crushed to deep right center field. It is gone. Jinwon Na, who has been the hitting star. Japan trying to open this game up, and I believe they just did. It is a grand slam. 20 runs most any team has scored in a game since 2012. All right, so we had a little bit of everything yesterday, and now every team has played one game. The winners on the international side, all of them super impressive. Curacao, South Korea, Japan, and Mexico on the U.S. side. Virginia, Minnesota, Hawaii, and New Jersey all still undefeated. And hi, everybody. Welcome here to Volunteer Stadium. Dave Fleming alongside David Ross. Great stuff. I heard a lot of woes from you guys up the hill.
We were excited. We were excited about those plays. It was fun.
So you got to see the U.S. kids. Now today you'll see the international kids. Give me your big picture impression so far.
Well, it really stood out to me, the pitching and defense. Really, we had a no-hitter over there by Virginia. It's really stood out that there's no 13-year-olds. The size of the kids, the power on our side. I know you guys had some home runs over here. The power's on the U.S. side. Only one home run yesterday. That was the big picture for me. Pitching and defense, and the 13-year-olds, you can really tell the skill set.
All right, let's focus on our first matchup here. That means Australia against Venezuela. Australia, the kids have had a great experience, not just here, but back at home before they got to Williamsport. The Australian Prime Minister, who's from the neighborhood where this Little League plays, he joined the kids on the field. He was wearing his tie, but he threw some pitches, participated in batting practice. So dignitaries for the kids from Australia, they always have the inflatable kangaroos.
Yeah, you got to have the kangaroo here when you come from Australia. What stands out to me, these kids are still having fun, no matter win or lose. A lot of these kids, is their dream to play baseball over here in the States in this environment. Williamsport, playing on this field, it's an amazing setting. These kids are having fun. And they're in the loser's bracket. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And look, for parents, for families, for coaches, maybe even the pressure of an elimination game for the kids from Venezuela, we have not detected that so far this morning.
Yeah, I think 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds are able to turn the page pretty fast. The Venezuelan group, too, everybody, it's a staple. You come to Williamsport, you better know how to dance. You better have some dance moves. These kids will have some fun. They'll lock it in when they get on the field. But the fun, the sportsmanship, the friendships are all part of Williamsport, and these two teams exemplify that.
Look at this scene. It's the first Saturday in Williamsport, and the stands are packed. First pitch, Australia and Venezuela coming up next.
Is brought to you by Outback Steakhouse. Aussie rules.
high up above Volunteer Stadium where the stands are packed. The kids are dancing, getting ready for our first elimination game. Australia, Cronulla Little League. Cronulla is sort of like a beach suburb of one of the world's great cities. Sydney, Australia, the biggest city in Australia. Sydney-siders these kids are. And speaking of, let's meet the kids from Australia, brought to you by Office Depot.
Hi, my name is Blake Cleary, and my favourite actor is Hugh Jackman.
Hi, my name is Harrison Ford, and my favourite actor is Harrison Ford.
Hi, my name is Matthew Trainer, and my favourite band is AC/DC.
My name is Ewan Choate, and my favourite baseball player is Addison Russell.
My name is Lachlan Vella, and my favourite baseball player is Javier Baez.
My name is Lincoln Gripler, and my favourite food is pizza.
Hi, my name is Sam Levick, and my favourite MLB player is Wilson Contreras.
My name is David Wilson, and my favourite food is sushi.
Hi, my name is Jack Fletcher, and my favourite baseball team are the New York Yankees.
My name is Lucas Gallardo. My favourite player is Yadier Molina.
My name's Oscar Clout, and my favourite baseball player is Aaron Judge.
My name is Zach Curtis, and my favourite food is tacos.
Hi, my name's Michael Target, and my favourite MLB team is Chicago Cubs.
Hi, my name is Max Miodo, and my favourite singer is Lil Nas X.
Well, it's a great group of kids, and this is the 7th straight year Australia has sent a team to Williamsport. Year after year, the baseball seems to be getting better and better, and we'll see how these kids do against the team from Venezuela and their starting pitcher, a right-hander, Randy Soto, who's also their leadoff hitter. He's 12 years old. He threw 13 pitches, so he got his first experience on the mound out of the way.
Yeah, he got the nerves out of the way. First experience yesterday. He's going to be a guy, going to throw strikes, leadoff guy. They call him the Joker. He's a fun guy, going to be locked in. He's the strike thrower of the group.
All right, for more on the team from Venezuela, let's welcome in the third member of our crew, Sebastian Salazar.
Thanks, guys. Look, anybody who reads the news will tell you that 2019 was a brutal year for the Venezuelan people. The economic realities in that country are such that not a single immediate family member of any of the players on this Venezuelan team could make it to Williamsport. However, they will have support, and a big part of that is the crew you're looking at right now. Luis Atencio has a ton of family already living in the United States. 8 of them are here today, aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody. They've come from Chicago, they've come from Miami. Some Mexico fans have embraced this Venezuelan team. The Vino Tinto, the famous Venezuelan soccer jersey, is here as the expatriate community embraces this crew. And back in Maracaibo, we've got Luis Atencio's family ready and waiting to watch this game. The excitement is everywhere, guys.
All right, Sebastian, thanks very much. And it is a reality of those kids and their families in a country that has been in turmoil. It's part of the reason why MLB players like Rougned Odor have done so much financially and otherwise to help support these kids and get them here to Williamsport.
And we're going to have a guy tomorrow in Wilson Contreras, a big advocate of Venezuela in getting these kids back protected, helping that country, really supporting that country, always wearing their colors.
Yeah, so Wilson, I'm sure, will interact with these kids tomorrow when the Cubs and the Pirates are here. For today, a full day of Little League Baseball starts now, and it's ball 1 to Blake Cleary, the left fielder, who is hitting leadoff for Australia. The coaches say he is their fastest player. And he swings at that pitch and hits one to right field, caught by Daverick Fuenmayor for out number 1.
Dave, you made a good point in the open that this Australian team, even though they didn't give up any hits, they only struck out 1 time. This is a contact group. They're going to come up here, put the ball in play, move the ball around. That's what they're known for, not striking out against the pitcher they faced. Yesterday was pretty impressive.
Yeah, they faced
a
kid on the mound against Curacao who he threw a no-hitter. And so when you hear that, you think, man, Australia got no hit in their first game, only 1 strikeout in those 4 innings, and they had a lot of competitive at-bats. So I expect today we're going to see more offense from this group. Matt Trainer, just 11 years old. He's the first baseman in the starting lineup. And he puts the ball in play, past the mound, handled nicely at second by Apalmo.
Nice play by Brian Apalmo. Really had to go to his right, getting around the baseball nicely. The ball comes up on him a little bit right here at the end. Watch his play, gets around it in his body on the glove side, fields it, brings it right to his chest as he should. Throws a strike to the first baseman, Luis. That was a nice play.
So 2 outs on 4 pitches. Lachlan Vella, the third baseman, who also can pitch. He swings at the first pitch and lines one into center field. And there you go, the first hit of this Little League World Series for Australia. I know that one feels good.
That's got to feel good. And that's a beautiful piece of hitting. 3-hole. When you get up there, Vila just taking it up the middle, aggressive. They didn't get any hits yesterday, so they're like, let's get that first one out of the way, get rolling. That's a big, huge monkey off their back.
I think so, because I stand by the point we've already made. Their at-bats were better than you would typically think for a team that did not get a hit in a game. They can swing it a little bit. Here's Sam Levick, who was the catcher in Game 1. He's going to at least start in right field today.
And when you talk to their coach, he knows this is a group that can hit. We'll be back today. He knew they were going to come back out and be ready to swing the bats.
Jason Choate is the manager for the team from Sydney, Australia. 2-0. You hear the voice of David Cofield. He's our home plate umpire for this game. He wears the microphone so we can hear him. He's part of our telecast. David's from San Antonio. The umpires who come to Williamsport, they only get to be here one time only. They pay their own way. They're volunteer umpires. It's as big of a thrill, I think, for a lot of the umpires as it is for the kids who play here.
I would say yes. I've run into 2 umpires now just out and about doing Major League Baseball games that say they were here at Williamsport, did the games, and what a treat it was for them and their careers. I got to make that play. I had a chance to get that one. I'm sorry, guys. First time over here at Volunteer Stadium. Yesterday, about took my arm off. I've got the reach. We can get it. We'll get that.
All right, next one.
Next one is all mine.
That was a good swing by Sam Levick. So 2 outs, runner at first. Just getting started. And a foul tip. Not held by the catcher, Hendrik Maestra. You're a former catcher. I made a joke yesterday on air. When you ask catchers about hanging on to foul tips, when they actually do it, they all say, oh, it's a skill for sure. When it rattles in and out, no, it's just total luck.
It's total. You're right. It is total luck. But, yeah, what you want to feel special, make everybody think you got some good skills.
Ground ball kicks off the glove and ricochets away. And now a dash for third. The throw, the tag, he is out at third. So they hit for Levick, but then the base running by Lachlan Vela. That's out number 3. Australia being aggressive early on. No score after a half inning. A lot of action already in the top of the first. Now the kids from Maracaibo, Venezuela, one of the most beautiful cities in South America. More than 2 million people live there, a city with great baseball history. Nickname of Maracaibo, the beloved land of the sun. That makes you want to go visit. Let's meet the kids from Venezuela, brought to you by Office Depot.
Mi nombre es Randy Soto y mi comida favorita es la hamburguesa.
Mi nombre es Eduardo Pinto y mi comida favorita es pasticho.
Mi nombre es Brian Apalmo y mi comida favorita es el chaguarma.
Mi nombre es David Ordóñez y mi emoji favorito es Soccer Ball.
Mi nombre es Ibrahim Ruiz. Mi actor favorito es Silvestre Dangond.
Mi nombre es Andrew Maestre y mi jugador favorito de béisbol es Wilson Contreras.
Mi nombre es Jonathan Rangel y mi atleta favorito Usain Bolt.
Mi nombre es Adrián Salcedo y mi jugador favorito de béisbol es Endrin Sart.
Mi nombre es Luis Atencio y mi actor favorito es William Smith.
Mi nombre es Juan Fuentes. Mi comida favorita es el perro caliente.
Mi nombre es David Mayor y mi cantante favorito es Daddy Yankee.
Mi nombre es Brandon Fernández y mi jugador favorito de béisbol es Ronald Acuña.
Mi nombre es Moisés Conchi y mi atleta favorito es Lionel Messi.
All right, so the kids from Maracaibo, Venezuela, in an elimination game taking on Australia after a scoreless top of the first. Now Venezuela gets to hit for the first time. Max Miato will start for Australia. And another guy, same point, I think, David, where he got the nerves out of the way through 35 pitches against a good Curacao team on Thursday.
Well, this is their ace, and a guy that really didn't give up any earned runs. I know he gave up a few runs, but none of them were earned. It's their ace fastball, and he throws a two-seamer, which is supposed to be his bread and butter curveball change.
All right, we'll see. Very aggressive target from Lucas Gallardo right away, setting up on the outside corner, and he hit the target.
We're going to expand the zone. See how far the umpire let me go right out of the chute. I love it.
0-1 to Randy Soto, the pitcher for Venezuela, also the leadoff hitter.
And we're going to frame it out there, too, just in case, right?
The framing in the Little League World Series is one of my most favorite things.
I'm with you. It's amazing how fast the skill set has evolved or how early it has. I didn't even know about framing at this age when I was catching, and now these kids know exactly what to do, how to block, how to pull the ball back in, get around it. It's nice. Their setups, it's big league-esque, I'd say.
I think you're right. It's also interesting. This is our first look at Lucas behind home plate. Good swing by Randy Soto. Sam Levick, who's playing right field today, he was the catcher for Australia in their opening round game. He did a great job. So it looks to me like, I mean, it's only a few pitches, but Lucas looks like he can more than hold his own behind it. They got two good catchers on this team.
And that's a luxury at this age. Finding a good catcher, I think, is hard to do. And you see these teams, they've got really good catching. Guys, you know, extra bases are at a premium in this Little League World Series. And if balls get by you behind the plate, it's devastating.
Soto hits a high fly ball. We got a bright sun. The sunglasses are shining, and Blake Cleary makes the catch.
I love it. I was just thinking that sun's going to be in his eyes, but he's got the shades on. He's locked in. They match the uni. These kids are big leaguers. They know what they're doing. Gets behind it. Got the Under Armour locked in, and the eye black. He's double dipping out there. It's so bright.
Yeah, Blake.
Nice. Get the Road Warrior kind of coming down the side, right? Got to.
We're not messing around. We're in Williamsport. For these kids, playing here is great. They also get totally geared up. All the new equipment, all the new stuff.
The catching gear matches the uni. That was always like a bonus when you got to the big leagues. Now you get to the Little League World Series and you're locked in. It's nice and shiny. One thing I would not like is my catching gear not broken in quite yet. But that's just me being picky.
Yeah. Lucas tried to frame that one. It's 2-0. We'll take Jonathan Rangel, the hitter here, the shortstop. I mean, he's got the sleeves on. He's got the elbow guard on. He's got the new gloves on.
Shin guard.
Well, Blake's going to get another chance with those sunglasses. He's 2 for 2.
A lot of action in left today. A lot of action.
Every
He's
play.
waving to the fans.
I love it. Every play gets a smile. Oh, he wants time. Oh, I see. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little extra TV time, you know. Let me tie my shoe. I know the camera's on me. I got 2 plays. The folks back home see me.
I tell every rookie who comes up in the big leagues, take a few pitches so we can talk about you. Ask for time, tie your shoe, whatever it takes.
And then you get in the box and there's a lot of nerves and things moving.
Yeah. Swing of the first pitch and we don't say anything. Oh, well, breaking ball looked like from Max in there for a strike to Daverick Fuenmayor. He looks like he enjoys going to the gym.
Yeah, he definitely, you can tell he's in shape. He got that nice stiff front leg.
He took a big cut there.
That's a pretty swing. Stays behind it, gets that leg, that weight on that backside with that stiff front leg. Reminds me of somebody. I can't think of who that is.
Well, I'll give you a second to think about it. He reminded me of Yasiel Puig in right field. In there, he made a throw that was one of the best throws that I've seen.
He's got a cannon, huh?
He has got a cannon.
It's their power guy in the 3-hole.
0-2 to Daverick. He grounds that one toward the hole. Nice stop. And the throw is in time. What a play.
Wow. That was a nice play. Tough hop coming up on the backhand. You normally don't see this ball played this well, even in the big league. Watch this ball pop up on him, gets up and throws a strike to first base. Bang, bang. I think he got him. What a play by Lincoln. Unbelievable.
It could be that Venezuela wants to take a look at it. It does not take away from the effort of young Lincoln Grupler. So Australia immediately busted it back into the dugout, but we do have video replay here in Williamsport, and you can understand for Team Venezuela, if it was a hit, they want it to be a hit.
For sure. Well, and I think the adrenaline when you, here we go.
All right, that'll be a good look at it. Does his foot hit the bag before the ball?
Oh, yeah.
I think it does.
I even got excited up here. That was
a great play.
Great play. A tough backhand when it hops up on you. Let's see here.
All right, so an infield hit despite the terrific effort. That deserves a high five, a pat on the back. Go out and make another play.
Yeah, well, the adrenaline of running off the field, I get it too. When you make a good play like that, you're pumped up. Just make that nice backhand. You want to sprint off the field and high five your teammates. Good play.
It's just been really terrific to watch all of the defense we've seen.
I love it. It's what I loved last year about just them kind of deadening the bats a little bit. We saw some great plays, web gems all around the field, and that's my favorite part of the Little League World Series. We all love home runs, but
off-speed pitch, runner goes. That throw is going to be late. It's a steal for Daverick Fuenmayor.
It's the first stolen base I've seen in the 2.5 years I've done this thing. Yes, there we go.
Yeah, we on the international side, sometimes we do things a little differently over here.
Okay, I'll pace myself. Get ready for the stolen base.
We got daring base running. You see some weird stuff here at Volunteer. 0-1, and that one popped up kind of into no man's land and caught. Harrison Ford. So one defensive play got negated by replay. How about another good one? And all the smiles and the high fives on both sides. We are off and running. Day 3 in Williamsport.
Hey Harrison, do you have time for a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
What is the last thing you ate?
Bacon.
Would you rather go to the beach or go skiing?
Go to the beach.
Hey Harrison, would you rather hit a walk-off home run or throw a no-hitter?
Walk-off home run.
How about Mike Trout or Christian Yelich?
Christian Yelich.
Why is Christian Yelich your favorite baseball player?
Because he hits home runs.
Would you rather go on an airplane or go on a road trip?
Road trip.
Yeah? Where would you go?
Around Australia.
What's your favorite part of Australia?
Sydney.
Of course.
Young Harrison Ford. I think you lose your Australian citizenship if you answer snow instead of the beach. You gotta like the beach. Our Meet the Players brought to you by Chick-fil-A. 40 Harry. He's got a famous name. He's also working on a mullet.
A mullet. That's my favorite one. That's my guy. If you're rocking the mullet, you gotta get it going. It's starting to come out a little bit in his hat. Can't get outside the helmet yet, so he's still got a little ways to go.
We're just in the early stages, apparently.
He's got to curl up under that helmet.
Harrison showed a bunt, pulled the bat back, and takes ball 1. Okay, the very early stages.
It's coming. It's coming. That's a unique one. I hadn't seen that in a while. Ball.
2-0.
Mullet's making a comeback. If I still had hair,
you'd be
no,
working
I wouldn't.
on one?
I wouldn't, but
I don't think
I'd
so.
like to think so.
That's a big if, by the way.
Big. Huge if.
That's a strike.
Nice little slider. He's flipping in there for strikes. Bringing the fastball to both sides. Randy Soto really commanding the zone so far here early on.
Ball. Kind of a half swing and a foul ball. It's 2-2 to Harrison Ford. He's got a famous name. He says sometimes it gets a little annoying when everybody brings up the fact that he shares a name with one of the most famous people in the world.
Like his 20 questions, you got to assume, yeah, he's got to say that for his favorite actor.
Yeah. He strikes out swinging on the off-speed pitch. That is out number 1 here in the top of the second. Mom and Dad, you can take a deep breath. Those are anxious moments. Ian and Trudy. Australia's got a great contingent of folks. The kids took the kids about 30 hours to travel here. It took the parents even longer to get to Williamsport.
They were saying about 48 hours some of these parents spent getting over here to Williamsport. That is a long, long time spent either in an airplane or a car.
First pitch swing from Lincoln Grupler. We saw him make the great play at shortstop. His throw was just a little bit late. 12 years old. Bubba.
That's another one you got to love. Bubba. That's my people down in Tallahassee where I'm from. Bubba. I'm just calling him Lincoln. Lincoln. That's why I messed up his name on the play. I just want to call him Bubba. I got it down on my notes.
I think if you're from Tallahassee, you get full permission to call him Bubba every time. That one just foul and just beyond the reach of Daverick.
Nice effort there by Daverick, laying out for that one, just foul.
How about the crowd we have here on Saturday afternoon? They are packed on the hillside at Volunteer. Every seat in the bleachers is taken. A full day of Little League World Series baseball starts here on the international side. 2 games on this side, 2 games at Lamade on the U.S. side, all elimination games.
Well, if you plan to come to Williamsport in that first weekend, you really, in this setting, got 7 games yesterday, some great competition, seeing almost every team play. You're going to get some great games today, and then tomorrow the championship, or the winner's bracket, I guess, and a Major League game. Like that's a full day of baseball and a lot of fun for a weekend.
And that's why we love the championship weekend. We love the semifinal matchups, the U.S. championship, the international championship. But this first weekend, when every team is still in it, when you get to see all 16 teams, there's nothing like it. 1-2 on the ground is short. Going to have to hurry. Jonathan Rangel, the throw, and the tag was missed. Now, speaking of looking like a big leaguer,
they know the sign language already.
The international sign for "we need to challenge that one" from Luis Atencio
is earmuffs.
Earmuffs. He did it right away. He thought he tagged him. The first base umpire did not think so.
Really nice play here, coming and charging this by Jonathan. Really trying to throw on the run. It's going to run up the line, but Luis Atencio stays on it, and it looks like he gets his jersey right there, but I don't think they're going to challenge that.
Okay, so
hard to tell that one.
That should go as a hit, even though they're going to score that as an error. I'm giving him a hit. That one on the ground to second. The flip, that's one. The throw, got him, double play. Man, these kids have come to play some defense this afternoon.
And I'm loving every bit of the defense here at the Little League World Series. Double plays from 11 and 12-year-olds. It's as good as it gets. Backhanded flip. They make it look easy, baby.
The journey to the Little League World Series starts in T-ball. Visit littleleague.org/T-ball to learn how to give the youngest Little Leaguers the opportunity to have fun and learn the game. Uh-oh. I don't know. Do you think that sign was legit? $1,000 for getting on TV? Okay, now we're making sure. We're going to really check.
Yeah. Mom, get your checkbook out.
Home sweet home here in Williamsport. Blue skies up above. Elimination Saturday, the first weekend of this 2019 Little League World Series, the 73rd Little League World Series. Nothing like it. And the bottom of the second inning, scoreless Australia and Venezuela. Rondo Fernandez fouled off the first pitch from Max Miato.
Get more questions about this event from players and guys that see me do it. They want to know how is it as awesome as it seems, and I just tell them how much you love this place. And then the pace of game, right? These kids grab the ball, they go, they're swinging at the first pitch they see, every strike. Nice play.
Lincoln has come to play at shortstop today.
He has, and he makes it look easy. Throwing on the run there, just gets around that nice and smooth. Makes that look really easy coming to get it. These kids, their mannerisms, they're big league-esque. They can get around the balls, their strong arms. It is fun to watch, and I just love this pace.
I want to go back to a point you just made, because I find the same thing to be true. When you and I go back, we leave Williamsport, we go back to big league clubhouses and big league ball players. There's nothing that we do all year long that gets their attention, the players' attention, more than these games.
And even leading up to this, I had 3 games a week before I came here to Williamsport, and every locker room you go in, the regionals are on all around the country, right? And then you come here, and we're doing it now, but when I was playing, ooh, that ball's
hit hard to center field, and just beyond the reach of Jack Fletcher, it's going to go to the wall. Ibrahim Ruiz has got himself a double. Hard hit ball.
Nice hit there by Ruiz. Ball up in the zone. Beautiful flat swing up and top. On top of the baseball. Gets there through it. Knows he gets it well. Nice sound off the bat. Jack Fletcher just out of his reach. What a great line he took to that ball. Nice swing there by Ruiz for a double.
I guarantee you right now, every big league clubhouse that is populated where players are in the clubhouse, this game is on
no
right
doubt.
now.
No doubt.
I guarantee that.
Every time I played, this was the kind of favorite time of the year. You didn't usually have on big league games. There's always the Little League World Series is on in big league clubhouses, and you fall in love with these kids. And I tell you, the number one thing, Willson Contreras, you see it at the bottom of the screen right there, favorite player. When that pops up as a player, these kids loving you, it makes your, it's never happened to me, but it makes your day. These guys talk about it. It's pretty cool.
You've been told that it's a
I've
great
been told.
feeling.
They always make a big deal. See?
Jenny Finch is here. Wow. One of the all-time greats. Olympic gold medalist.
We were just talking about her yesterday, how striking everybody out when she did that Major League tour, punching tickets around. She came to San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
Faced that group, went to St. Louis.
Yes, she
striking
did.
all those guys out.
1-2 after the big breaking ball dropped in there. One out, runner in scoring position. Best scoring chance so far for Venezuela. 0-0, bottom of the second. That one is lined into left center field. That's a hit, and that's going to score a run. Jack Fletcher will cut it off, but it's going to be an RBI double. Hendrik Maestre, the catcher, makes it 1-0 Venezuela. And somewhere Willson Contreras is pumped up. His guy got a big hit.
Maestre locked in here. Listen to the sound. That ball's driven. Little guy up in the zone. Nice flat swing again, line drive stroke. We're seeing that more and more here in the Little League World Series. You don't have the big kids that are hitting in the seats. Line drive swing, defense, contact, that's what's going to win here in the Little League World Series for me right now.
So Eduard Pinto, the 8th place hitter, the left fielder, showed a bunt, pulled the bat back, and he lines one that ricochets off the glove. Nice play on the backhand by Harry Ford. 2 down.
Tough play there. Max just defended himself there. Ricochet to Harrison Ford at second base and just picks up those strike. That's a tough play.
I do have to say, from that angle, the mullet is a little better than I thought. In the field, the mullet's looking a little farther along.
That's what I said. It doesn't have the length to get out the helmet, but the hat is looking pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
There
All
it
right,
is.
Harrison, we believe you now. Runner at third, 2 down. And a first pitch outside to Brian Mapalmo.
Almost looks like the almost mohawk mullet as it goes down, right? He shaved the sides, a little Eric Burns style.
If you're going to have a mullet, I like that mullet.
But yeah, way better. Yeah, little comes to a point.
That one is lined to right field, and a running catch by Sam Levick. So some hard hit balls, but some good defense from Australia. Yeah, give that guy a hug. 1-0, Venezuela leads.
69% of girls have dropped out of youth sports.
I think it's so important for girls to stay involved in youth sports. More than anything, it gives you confidence. It really does. You're just exposed to so much. It gives you such a great experience, and that lends to having a much higher level of confidence.
Visit projectplay.us to give sports back to kids.
Welcome back to the Little League World Series. Hi, I'm Jack Fletcher. Something great about our team is that we have really good teamwork. Whenever we're on the team, we're always awareing everyone when something's happening. But I gotta go because I gotta go and play a game.
Jack Fletcher of Team Australia, next up at the plate, says he wants to be a sports reporter when he grows up, and he's pretty well on his way. He's a 3-time public speaking champion at his school. Impressive, right? But guys, wait till you hear the topics he chose to speak about. First, chocolate is the 6th food group. Solid, love it. Next one, obviously makes sense, loves baseball. Baseball is the greatest sport. And finally, and this is the one I love, why chores are a hazard for children. This guy can convince anybody of anything, apparently.
Thank you, Sebastian. Just 11 years old, and he hits here for the first time today. 1-0. Venezuela has jumped ahead. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. If your name is Jack Fletcher, it doesn't matter what country you're from. Your nickname is Fletch.
Fletch. Like his style, chocolate.
And he hit that one hard, but right into the defense for out number 1.
We've seen a lot of the contact rate is really getting more solid as we go on here in the top of the 3rd inning. I mean, this is, guys are hitting it hard. Venezuela hit it hard. Each team's only swung and missed 1 time so far in this game. So we talked about contact. That's going to be key, especially on this second day here in this elimination game.
I don't see any chocolate there, but we could make nachos a food group of its own.
I can't talk about food anymore because they're like keeping a track of what I've eaten in this little.
I heard that
and
yesterday.
Then it like creeps its way to the booth, and then I have to eat it, and that is not a good start to my day right there. Breakfast was plenty.
Don't tell that to them. That one is hit toward the hole. A diving stab. Jonathan Ronhell tried to get the ball out of his glove and just couldn't do it. That should be a hit for Lucas Gallardo, and it is. Great try by Jonathan.
Great effort by Jonathan. Stays down on this ball, laying out, diving, backhand. Going to do it perfectly, pops up his knee and just fumbles the exchange. He knew exactly what to do. Look at him anticipate the footwork, going down, just can't get it out of his glove to make maybe a bang-bang play at first.
So now Damian Wilson is going to come up as a pinch hitter. He bats from the left side. With a runner at first and one out. Damian, who talked so much on the trip over here. His teammates said he talked for 30 straight hours. That's how long it took us to get here. He talked the whole time. He lost his voice.
Ooh, look at that.
He's also
Did you see that?
He's got the determination.
I need this guy on my team.
That's talking yourself into a hit. And he takes a good cut.
That's not, I mean, I hadn't seen somebody grip the bat that hard in a while. He is locked in, focused. It's a fine line, too. When you get too amped up, you might chase outside of the zone. So you got to make sure you concentrate and look for your pitch.
Mom looks just about as intense. That one into shallow left center. That's going to be a tough play, and it is made. What a catch. Edward Pinto came in and snatched it away.
What a play. A lot of traffic between Jonathan and Edward Pinto coming in. I don't know how this ball doesn't drop in between them. You see them both. Jonathan Ronhell, really great jump on it, sticks his glove out, and who comes up with it? But Edward Pinto there. Great play with a lot going on. Man, what a catch.
Mom cannot believe it. My kid was about to have a hit. So 2 down, and Micah Target comes up as a second pinch hitter in a row. Micah's got some power. He drives that one to right field. But Fuenmayor there to make another catch. Man, Australia's swinging it, and yet no runs still, middle of the third. It's 1-0 Venezuela.
And a little blooper, diving catch. What a play. They got a double play at second base.
Pop up. Great catch. Playable. It is. Being used. What a catch. Fernandez
is dropping the dive, and the catch is made. Logan Kulalea. Knutson with a web gem.
All right, so we got to remember Dave Fleming, David Ross here in Williamsport. That's basically 1 day's worth of defense. I mean, we've been here for a full day plus a few games.
That Jackson Knutson play up the middle, game-saving play, first and second, they're up 1, line drive, 2 outs, and he lays out. I mean, that brought me up out of my seat. Amazing play. This is so much fun.
And today, more of the same. I mean, that's a tough hop. That's not an easy play. These kids are making it look easy.
They make it look really easy. That ball is ripped on the ground there. Great play by Lincoln at shortstop. Nice throw. Tough hop right at the end. These kids they have such great skill sets. I'm shocked every year they're smiling like, hey, did you see that play? That thing hopped up on me.
Yeah, you also want some credit when you make it look routine. Hey, let's appreciate the degree of difficulty, guys.
Right, no doubt. And these kids, I don't know why I'm shocked every year. It's my 3rd year doing it, but it's just so much fun to watch the skill set here and how they just look exactly like many major leaguers out here in this beautiful field.
So here's the shortstop for Venezuela. He is a baseball fan. He is a hoops fan. He loves the Golden State Warriors. Jonathan Ronhell. Left-handed hitter takes a strike. You know, part of maybe the defense, both pitchers are just throwing one strike after another.
A lot of contact, a lot of early swings. It's been nice. The pitch count's low for both guys. Ooh, that was nice.
That little change-up?
Yeah, a little change-up. Fell off the table. Looked right down the middle after that fastball there before.
One-two. That one hit to center field. Jack Fletcher, our sportscaster, is there. Sportscaster, sports catcher for out number 2. So this is the first of 4 games today here from Williamsport. Over on ABC at 3 Eastern, up the hill at Lombardy, Kentucky, Rhode Island. That's an elimination game. They all are today. Canada, Italy on the international side, 6 o'clock Eastern, right here on ESPN. Then over on ESPN2, the final game of the day on the U.S. side. Again, an elimination game, just not the final game that these teams will play, but if you want to be a championship contender, you must win today.
Yeah, and the stat that stood out to me yesterday with since it's expanding to 16 teams, the team that's lost day one's never gone on to win, still waiting for that to happen. So these teams do have an uphill battle, but it's a lot of fun to be here in Williamsport. Some of these kids getting their first opportunity to play in the States and on a field like this, really special time.
Lachlan Vela, the third baseman, showed off a good arm.
Nice inning.
1, 2, 3 with some help from the gloves. On to the 4th, 1-0 Venezuela.
What a special day for baseball.
You can't help but come here and feel like you're 12 again.
Oh, a diving step. What a play. That one is gone. That's what the Little Leaguers wanted to see.
Tomorrow is one of the best days of the year for Big League Baseball, for Little League Baseball, for the sport of baseball. Cubs Pirates tomorrow night, just across town at Bowman Field. And what makes it a great day is not just the big league game that gets played here in Williamsport and these kids going to see a major league game, for almost all of them on the international side, first chance to see a major league game. But those big leaguers who come here first in the morning and interact with all these kids. You got lots of international folks on the 2 big league rosters. Yu Darvish, I'm sure he will be very popular for the kids from Japan, especially. Wilson Contreras, he's going to be mobbed.
The most popular player in the survey was Javi Baez, so he's going to get crushed for sure. Anthony Rizzo's parents won the Parents of the Year award for Little League 2 years ago, so he's big in this community.
The Italian team wants to meet Anthony Rizzo.
There you go.
He represented Italy in the World Baseball Classic. That's a strike. It's 2-1.
Josh Bell's having a phenomenal year. Second half a little bit slower, but in that MVP conversation early on.
Wait till the kids see how big Josh Bell is. I think you and I were commenting on that earlier this year, one of our big league games, where, look, I've been around Josh Bell before. Something about this year, I walked by him, and I thought, well, his shoulders are bigger than Aaron Judge's.
Got his man muscles all of a sudden. He felt like either the uniform shrunk or he grew inside of it, because he looks jacked.
Big cut. 2-2. At one point, he really wasn't that big. There's Josh as a Little Leaguer. Is that a Little League Pirates uniform? I can't tell.
Yeah, and a -9s. I like the old school TPX.
On the ground to first, Vela is out number 1.
Just to put a little bow on tomorrow's event, it's so much fun. You said the big league game is what a treat it is, but what the major league players benefit from coming here and seeing how excited these kids get. I just can't get over the impact that the little leaguers have on the big leaguers. You know, outside of your routine when you're a major league player is usually a hassle. When you come here, it's an amazing event. You end up seeing, the players hanging out longer than they were supposed to be here, or buying the kids snow cones and treating everybody because it's hot. I mean, fun stuff happens even before they got to go to work and play a major league game.
You remember that scene last year on the international side? One of the big pitchers who was a great kid and kind of shy but really talented and wanted to learn. And he got up the courage to go sit next to Noah Syndergaard, who was sitting just below us. And Noah started to teach him about how he throws his different pitches, and he was showing this kid the grips on the ball. It was just a great scene.
Jake Arrieta sat here for an extra like 30, 45 minutes last year just hanging out. Didn't want to, what pitching that day had nothing to do over the field. Said, I'm going to stay and enjoy this. Like,
yeah, you guys go. Get ready for the game. I'm staying here.
I'm staying here to hang out and watch some good baseball.
So 2 outs. Ewan Choate, who is a good player. He had some good swings in the opening game for Australia. Not starting today, but coming off the bench as a pinch hitter. A surfer, a skateboarder, a baseball player. He lives by the beach in Sydney. Life is good for Ewan.
That sounds like an amazing life. I want Ewan's life. I got a pretty good day, but I wouldn't mind living by the beach, surfing.
This Little League, Cronulla is like, I was trying to think of an equivalent, like maybe Manhattan Beach or Redondo Beach in LA. It's like a little beach town within Sydney. A very cool place. A curveball for strike 3 called. And Randy Soto is on a roll. Middle of the 4th here at Volunteer. 1-0 Venezuela.
Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the 2019 Little League World Series. I'm Sebastian Salazar, and right now I'm in the Venezuelan fans section with a couple of Luis Atencio's relatives. There are 8 of them, in fact. Here we've got Deoran to my left, Maria, the godmother, to my right. Deoran, I'll start with you. How does it feel to watch your cousin here in the Little League World Series?
It's amazing. I feel every feeling in my heart, and my family, we here. Everybody here is the family of Luis Atencio, the number 12. I'm very happy for Maracaibo, Venezuela, and the Zulia. They're representing everybody, representing the family, representing the 4 years I don't see that guy, and you feel everything in your heart.
A ver, le acabo de preguntar cómo se siente ver aquí a Luis en este evento. Te pregunto lo mismo.
Estoy súper orgullosa de él. Ellos han luchado por estar aquí, por las circunstancias que han pasado, pero están aquí. Y tengo a mi ahijado aquí que está bateando ahorita, Luis Fernando, y estoy orgullosa de todo, feliz.
She says she's very proud. She also acknowledges that these kids have really overcome a lot, describing everything that's happened in Venezuela over the last year. Again here, we see him, he's at the plate, you can tell. Do you think he's nervous?
Yes, I feel nervous, but I know this is the game, no?
Yeah.
You feel everything, so I like it. Se siente uno muy orgulloso. I'm very happy. Very proud.
Yeah. He tells me orgulloso. That's the word for proud. ¿Desde dónde llegas? Where are you coming from?
From Chicago.
Chicago?
I live in Chicago, so we travel 10 hours to see this.
Is it worth it?
Yeah. It's very.
¿Desde dónde vienes?
Florida.
Desde Florida. We got him from Chicago. We got him from Miami as well. Let's let him watch the rest of Luis's at bat.
Okay, Sebastian, a very proud family. And one of the coaches for Venezuela, maybe asking about the count with Luis Atencio, who's the cleanup hitter, who's got that family support. The 3-1 pitch is outside, ball 4. And, you know, Rossi, you do feel for these Venezuelan kids in that every other team has tons of parents, siblings here. The U.S. Embassy doesn't exist anymore in Venezuela. You have to fly out of that country just to get a visa to try to come here. And it's just so hard, so complicated right now that none of the parents, they all wanted to be here, but none of the parents could actually get here. And so these kids, it's the only team that's here. Luis's extended family is here to support. They got lots of local support. Their coaches are here, but it's the only team that's not here with their parents.
I can't imagine as a dad myself sending my son or daughter to this event and not be able to come and take part with them a little bit and watch and just see the joy on their face and experience these great memories they get to have. What a huge tragedy that is, just not to have your parents here and to be able to share. And that it's nice to have other family come from around the United States and support and probably sending messages back and phone calls and keeping abreast of what's going on. And I love what the gentleman said, I feel it in my heart. Like, that's just such a simple phrasing of how proud he is for this group of kids and for these guys. I mean, I just think from a dad's perspective, I would have a hard time.
And all the families are back at home, and they're having watch parties, and they're watching our coverage of the Little League World Series. ESPN Más televising in Venezuela.
That means more.
It does. Wow.
There we go. Wow.
You're practically
there it is.
Just bilingual.
So, I mean, there's a reason why they brought me over here, Sebastian. Guys didn't know.
Oh, we didn't. Well, Venezuela, a few innings away from extending their championship hopes. It's a country that has great baseball tradition. They have won as a country 2 all-time Little League World Series titles. That was close, but called a ball.
Great baseball tradition. Some of my favorite teammates, Martin Prado, just stands out. This guy's so fundamentally sound. The players that come from Venezuela are their baseball IQ is always super high. They know how to play multiple positions.
On the ground is short, maybe a chance. That's one. Not in time for the double play.
Guys, you were just mentioning kind of the complex visa process for this Venezuelan team. It actually cost them a coach and a player. The pitcher is Diego Boscan. He's a key player for this team, had his visa application denied. You got to give Little League a lot of credit here. They've kept this alive. And just yesterday, the coaches told me Diego has a second meeting at the U.S. Embassy in Panama on Monday. They say there's a plan in place to get him here as early as Tuesday, and it's a big if everything goes to plan. Ibrahim Ruiz, who we've already seen in this game, the number 6, he told me earlier in the week, estamos jugando para Diego, like we're playing for Diego. Now it's literal. They got to keep winning with hopes of him getting here on Tuesday and Wednesday and them still being in this tournament.
So you think about how tough that is for parents not to be here. One of their guys, one of their teammates could not get a visa to come here. And it is true, that one hit to right field. And caught. Now there's only one out. That's a chance for a double play. It is. Great throw from Sam Levick. 2 outs all at once for Australia.
A little bit of not knowing the outs here at first base. Ball's driven to right. Stealing. You got to keep your head up. Nice play there by Sam Levick. And a great throw for the double play. They're excited. And the mullet.
High fives, smiles, great defense, inflatable kangaroos. That's our Honda game summary. Oh yeah, some really good pitching too. 1-0 Venezuela as we go to the 5th inning. Only 1 walk by both pitchers combined. We've had a lot of hard contact, a lot of good at-bats. Only 5 hits total.
Throwing strikes, averaging about 10 pitches an inning. I mean, these kids are filling the strike zone up. This is a fun game. Baseball is a lot of fun when you got kids up here throwing strikes, making contact. What a beautiful day and a beautiful game. Way to start off our day 2 of this Little League World Series. Actually, this is day 3.
Officially day 3. We only got 1 game in. What a backhand pick.
Wow.
And Jonathan Rangel throws out Lincoln Grupler, who's made so many great plays at shortstop himself. He gets a little payback from Jonathan.
And that's always the case. If you're going to play good D, so am I. Jonathan Rangel right here, backhand. Watch how he gets down with the ball. He gets down there into his legs, comes up, and a powerful arm from shortstop. Just really bending at the knees and waist. That is watching it all the way in. You see him really make sure he gets that transfer this time. Great play by Jonathan.
So 1 out, just 12 years old. He looks the part, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's got the...
On the ground.
Oh, again.
Another pick.
Almost. I thought we were going to have back-to-back backhanded from the knee plays.
A great effort.
Alpamo gets down there with it. Same thing. Just can't transfer that ball out of the glove. That's the hardest part. Got to finish that play, but great effort there.
I thought off the bat 100% hit. But now we're going to get a pinch runner and a pinch hitter. So Oscar Clout is going to hit. The runner is Ewan Choate. So Ewan will run. He's the tying run. He's got speed with 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Let's go. What are we doing?
In this game, a hit is a rally. That's how good the pitching has been and the defense has been.
Jonathan at the shortstop. You said he looks apart. Got the wristbands. He's got the arm sleeve on one arm. He's got the swag batting gloves in the back of the back pocket. I mean, he's feeling it at short. Little Javier Baez-esque. There it is.
Oscar chases the breaking ball. Strike 2.
Maestra back there. Nice stop. Great catch, and we've talked about it already, but this is when it gets extremely important. Going with the breaking ball.
He fought that one off foul, and it falls. So just a foul ball.
It's funny, the more and more you do these games, you see these in-between plays. You're expecting these kids to make these dynamic diving plays or backhand plays that just don't want to be surprised when they do.
0-2. Just outside. And a snap throw, tried to pick off Ewan Choate. Couldn't do it. Nice try. That's a Wilson Contreras move.
I love the back pick from the catcher. Keeping them close over there. Make sure you know you're aware of them. One of my favorite things to do when I was playing.
That's a David Ross move, too. I shouldn't
no.
Wilson
Contreras was way better than I ever was.
Oh, that one, did that hit the bat? Ball. It did. It hit the bat. So it'll stay 1-2. Oscar can't believe it.
Even the coach is laughing. They're going to say, put the bat down. You have no idea. I thought it was coming at my head. I got no idea what to do, coach. That was funny.
Yeah, you put the bat down.
Exactly.
The ball's coming at
what
your
about getting my head down?
That's a kind of spot where you could see Ewan Choate try to break from first. Another foul ball.
Good bat by Oscar Cloud here.
Not easy
tough pitches
when you've watched the whole game and now you're coming off the bench. It's the 5th inning of 6, so getting late in the game, your team's down.
Especially to be on the outside breaking ball. A guy in Soto who's thrown a lot of strikes and can mix pitches in and out.
1-2. Fastball got him swinging.
Nice job here going inside. You don't see these kids going inside much. Fastball up here from Soto. Sees that he's on the breaking ball away and fouls it off. You see Cloud extremely tough. Great motion right behind the baseball, right through there, up and in. Great pitch.
I guarantee you that looked even faster after all that off-speed stuff.
And that's right where that breaking pitch starts on plane, same tunnel.
So 2 outs and a ball outside to Lucas Gallardo, the catcher, the 9th place hitter. Lucas had a hit his first time up. He's got a very diverse family background. He says his name Gallardo. He says at home, lots of people mispronounce his last name, so his nickname is Gelato. Incidentally, he does like ice cream, well, of course, but mostly the nickname is because his name gets butchered sometimes. So they just call him Gelato.
Ball.
2-1.
Not a bad nickname.
Nah, that's a good one. There's Mom.
I like Bubba better, but Gelato works.
All right, time, and Hendrick wants to come out and chat. There's big moments in this game. Tight game, 1-0's been extremely well played. Our first game of 4 today here in Williamsport. We're on the international side. The winner plays another elimination game on Monday. The loser is eliminated from championship contention. Again, close, but it's 3-1.
Yeah, and you got to love the clean baseball. Great defense, good pitching, good timely hitting. Guys contact everywhere. Haven't had a lot of 3-2 counts.
So 3-1 count here. We'll see if Lucas Gallardo gets something to hit. That's a strike. Well executed. I'm impressed by Randy Soto. He is not. We see some of the biggest kids pitch here in Williamsport, the biggest, strongest. They can ramp up the velocity. He is not one of the biggest kids, but he is throwing the ball great. 3-2.
He's also one of their on-base contact guy, middle infield guys. These guys usually the ones that have the best arm control, throwing the balls in and out like he's been doing, and just changing speeds. He's got such a simple delivery. It looks like he's just playing a high level of catch out there on the mound.
So another full count pitch. This has been a great at bat. 3-2. He throws the breaking ball and he misses. So that's ball 4, and that is the first walk given up by Randy Soto. It's a rally for Australia. Tying run is in scoring position. And we're going to get a conference on the mound with one of the coaches for Venezuela.
¿Cómo te sientes? Bien. Vamos a seguir tirando, manejando la zona de strike. Tira la bolita en strike, ¿ok? Que ya aquí tienen tus compañeros que te van a ayudar, ¿oyó? Vamos, falta un out y en línea que viene vamos a hacer más carreras. Saca el 0, vamos, con confianza. Hey, yo confío en ti, termina de sacar el 0. Vamos, hey, acuérdate, mantén la bola bajita, no le subamos mucha bola, mantén la bola bajita para que roleteen la bola. Vamos.
All right, Luis Gonzalez, who is the manager, a lot of vamos. Let's go. You only need one more out. Trust your teammates. Focus in on your strike zone.
Good message. Keep the ball down. Gotten a lot of ground balls today. I love that. Just command the strike zone. Use your teammates. That's what he's been doing all day. Don't shy away from that.
All right, Blake Cleary will come up for the second time, the leadoff hitter, the fastest player on this Australian team with a chance to tie the game. He takes strike 1.
That's key. That's what he's been doing today, getting that strike 1 when he's been effective, not falling behind, getting ahead in the count. That is pitching 101.
Just a little high. It's not a huge strike zone with Blake up there.
Always found it's like tough when you're calling a game against like guys like Jose Altuve. It's hard to get that breaking ball in against those smaller strike zones.
Blake Starr took a rip but fouled it off. So it's 1-2. He's had a good game defensively out in left field.
Pretty good rip at that last fastball.
He is a Chicago Cubs fan.
Got him shaded to be late in the outfield.
He got him swinging with the off-speed pitch. So Randy Soto gave up a hit and a walk, but he uses 2 strikeouts to get through it. He and Venezuela still lead 1-0.
Yep, hill sliding. It's all about the perfect piece of cardboard and the right technique. Not too fast and not too slow. Just right. Makes for a smooth ride.
Or sometimes no cardboard at all. Yeah.
Just mud.
They're working on it up there, aren't they? Look at the scene up above at Lombardy. So the next game on today's Little League World Series schedule is going to get started in less than an hour on ABC. Kentucky, Rhode Island, Canada, Italy on the international side, 6 Eastern. And then on ESPN2, Louisiana and Oregon, all elimination games. Davies Ordonez, this is what he does. I mean, I don't know what to think of that exactly. He is Chicken Little, and he lives up to his nickname when he gets in the batter's box.
That would mess me up for sure. Nice job by Max to throw a strike right there.
He did. Now a bunt, and it's a really good bunt for a base hit. And he is pumped about it.
Chicken Little fired up. Get the fans into it. That is a great bunt. A little love to the coach there. After all the antics, he comes to play. Nice bunt and gets down the line. Run, Chicken Little, run. Yeah. A little energy for that dugout. That's nice.
Well, an extra run would be huge. Venezuela's 3 outs away from winning this game and staving off elimination. It is 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Adrian Salcedo is the hitter. He bunts. And he bunted it foul. I thought, well, maybe not. Did the umpire just say a strike?
He said strike like he went at it, but I don't think he called a foul ball.
Okay. I thought I heard a foul tip. Maybe I just heard the catcher's equipment.
I think that's what it was.
So Ordonez able to take second base on what will be a wild pitch or a pass ball, one of the two. Yeah, he did not bunt it. It bounced, though.
We're going to get another attempt here.
Salcedo swings away, 0-2.
A little too, I know. He's trying to go, he's going to try to put up a 2 spot. He's trying to go deep.
You let Luis Gonzalez manage this game, Rossi.
What do I know?
Yeah, the team from
now
Mexico.
We're going to get a slash. We're going to get all 3.
Okay, yeah. Ooh. Max Miotto, who's pitched the whole game for Australia.
Now you call that a slash or a slug bunt?
I often now call it a slash.
Okay. That's what I grew up calling it, but some people call it a slug.
Seems to me more of a slash. That's what he did, but he strikes out on the breaking ball. That will complete the putout, but Ordonez, good base running with the throw to first. He immediately took off and takes third.
You got to love Ordonez heads up base running. This is a great pitch from Max. This breaking ball with 2 strikes here, knowing he's probably going to slug as he pulled back before. Just nice tight spin, slows it down a little bit. Nice block by Lucas and heads up base running at second base. You see here, he takes off no hesitation to get to third base. Did the job.
I mean, as the infield comes in here, this is a big moment in this game. Moises Concho, his first at bat of the day.
Strike.
And he takes a strike at the Little League level. It's 60 feet between bases. The catcher, you can't really look the guy back. You can't wait. You got to get the throw off to first.
You're right, it's tough.
Trying to make this a 2-run lead. Moises lines one to left. It'll be a base hit. And Ordonez will come in to score. So how about Davis Ordonez? Oh, my goodness.
Oh. You need that energy if you're going to have some fun in Williamsport. I don't care what you're doing. You got to laugh at that. That is fun. That is making things happen. This is making it happen.
Oh, I feel bad for him. He's so shy. He's just a shrinking personality.
My back would blow out if I did that right there.
ACL gone, back gone.
Oh, man.
Hey, he was the spark plug. He bunted. He took an extra base on a wild pitch. Then he took third on a throw, and he scores on the base hit. And Venezuela's now got a 2-run lead, 3 outs away from keeping their championship hopes alive. Randy Soto, the pitcher who's done such a good job on the mound, takes ball 1. I think that's going to be one of the images of the week, I think. Davis Ordonez. That's strike 1. Good effort, by the way, by Blake Cleary in left field trying to catch that ball, and he did not let it get by him.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was just about to say Blake came, great effort, tried to dive, and stuck his glove just through the baseball, which kept it from going by him.
That one caught, and that's going to be a double play. What a play by the pitcher. All right, last chance for Australia. They need 2 to keep the game going. Randy Soto is going to try to finish what he started. We've seen great defense, double plays. Venezuela's got the lead. We've seen Davis Ordonez, that's for sure. Thumbs up, 2-0 Venezuela.
Well in their heads. Well in their heads. I love it, boys. I'm loving it. Good plays, boys. Plays. Okay, take, mate. Good work. Boys, that's our gate. That's our opening. Let's go out there and get some runs now. Come on. Hey, I can feel it coming. We feel it coming. Let's go hit it harder.
Well, Jacques Pacifique, who is such a great story and an inspirational leader for this team, for the whole Little League program in Australia. He was a great young player when he was a kid. 2-time leukemia survivor who basically had his baseball career ended by cancer, and yet he has bounced back physically. He is now a coach for this team. He's kind of the guy who tries to get him going.
His energy's infectious. I'd want to play for him. That felt good.
First pitch swing, Matt Trainer, and that is out number 1. We're in the 6th inning, and Australia is now down to their final 2 outs, trailing 2-0. It has been a competitive, spirited game. The winning team plays the loser of Japan-Mexico. That will be another elimination game on Monday afternoon. The losing team will play another game Monday morning, but will be eliminated from title contention. Here's Lachlan Vela, and he lines one to second. A diving catch. Brian Mapalmo held on. 2 down.
Wow. As his body flips over himself, he's able to hang on. This is a sinking liner, tough play here for Alpalmo, but look at him roll over it and keeps the glove in the palm, shows the umpire, nice play.
So now Venezuela 1 out away from keeping their championship hopes alive, from keeping their hopes of their teammate maybe possibly joining them here in Williamsport, which is a big deal to these kids. 2 down, and Sam Levick will try to keep the game going. He takes a breaking ball for a strike. That one is popped up behind third and caught by Fernandez. Venezuela has won a terrific game here on the international side by the final score of 2-0.
What a fun game. Well played both sides. Throwing strikes, aggressive base running, aggressive hitting, a lot of hard contact. I love a good defensive pitch game. Good defense, well pitched. Love baseball.
I mean, it's just hard not to feel great for those kids. And you feel for the other side. Australia fought hard today and really had a lot of good at-bats. But this group from Venezuela and what they have been through, what their families have been through,
yes.
Not a single parent able to be here with them this week. And a moment to be together after keeping their championship hopes alive.
What a great picture that is for that group.
And you know there's disappointment for the kids from Sydney, Australia. But I thought they played a terrific game. They're the first team that gets eliminated from title contention, but they got nothing to be ashamed of. Venezuela, the last team that lost their opening round game and went on to win a Little League World Series championship, was a team from Venezuela almost 2 decades ago. So who knows?
Who knows?
We know it's possible.
Got a lot of action, a lot left to do.
And so the kids are going to show some sportsmanship and go through the high-five handshake line. Venezuela with a heck of a performance today to keep their title hopes alive with pitching, with defense, and a little bit of offense too. And we expect a similar formula up the hill at Lomity, Kentucky, Rhode Island on ABC at 3 Eastern.
Yeah, definitely. That Kentucky team can hit. Rhode Island, great defense. They're a scrappy bunch. They don't give up. They got that hockey mentality. It's a good group. It should be fun. Pitching and defense. That's been the storyline so far for me.
Disappointed faces, but proud parents on the Australian side. And it's time to call home. Venezuela is still alive. More international coverage of the Little League World Series on ESPN coming up at 6 Eastern right here from Volunteer Stadium. It'll be Canada and Italy. For David Ross, Dave Fleming saying so long for now. Remember, ABC US side coming up next here, College Football Tour.